Happy Monday, everybody. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I am just super excited about this possibly very short message. But y'all, God is just awesome. And if you don't believe His Word is alive, I challenge you to get into the Word and to just read it. And if you have to read the same chapter every single day, I guarantee you God's going to show you something new. And I wanted to show you what He showed me. So we are going to be in Matthew 27. I know it's Christmas, but I was just drawn to this portion of the Bible. And I actually read it in Luke and in John. But just something about this account of the story of Jesus in the book of Matthew it really just spoke to me. So it's in Matthew 27 and 2 verses. The first verse says, and when Joseph, actually, let me go back to 58. He went to Pilate. This is Joseph of Arimathea. He went to Pilate and begged the body of Jesus. Then Pilate commanded the body to be delivered. And when Joseph had taken the body, he wrapped it in clean linen cloth and laid it in his own new tomb, which he had hewn out in the rock. And he rolled a great stone to the door of the sepulchre and departed. So here we have the story of Joseph of Arimathea, and he goes before Pilate, and he's begging for the body of Jesus. Jesus at this point has died on the cross, and they wanted to have a proper burial for him. So he places Jesus' body in a new tomb. And the part that stuck out to me the most was, this is a tomb that belonged to Joseph of Arimathea. And the Bible even said, I believe every word in the Bible is there for a reason. And it says in verses 60 that he laid it in his own new tomb. So this is a tomb that was never used. This was a new tomb. But it also says which he hewn out of the rock himself. So Joseph of Arimathea made this tomb for himself. It was a tomb he had actually made for him. And what I really got from this was this was Mary's Joseph, okay? It wasn't Joseph the carpenter. This was a different Joseph. But Joseph, I know he had no clue as he is hewing out this rock. He had no idea that this rock was going to be for Jesus. As far as he was concerned, he's hewing out that. How would, nowadays, we just kind of make preparations for when we're going to die. You might set up where you're going to be buried and this, that, and the other. But at this time, this Joseph of Arimathea, he had quite a bit of money, but he actually made the grave for himself. He hewn out of this rock a grave for himself. He had no idea that his grave was going to be used for the Son of God. And I kind of get the thought, have we ever felt like that in our life? It's just as if we're working just to die. If we're just, what are you doing? How are you living your life? Are you just, and I know we have to work because there's bills that we have to pay, but are you spending so much time and so much of your energy, and the days are turning into weeks and the weeks into months and the months into years, and time has just flown by, and all this work that you're doing, you're just sitting there hewing out your own grave. I hope I'm making sense of what I'm saying. It really spoke to me. But what am I doing in this life? Am I hewing out my own grave? Because I want y'all to know something. There's good news about this. Jesus has already died for you. Jesus has already conquered death, hell, and the grave. You don't have to live this life just hewing out your own grave. You can live in joy. You can live in freedom. You can live in forgiveness. Doesn't mean we don't have responsibilities anymore. But the part that touched me is that Joseph didn't use this grave. After Jesus had been placed in the grave and then he rose again from that grave, Joseph didn't use that grave. That grave was not even important to him anymore. And I think or it's not that it wasn't important. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. He probably dare lay his dead body in that grave after the Son of God had been in there. But I'm just so thankful that Jesus died on the cross for me, and I don't have to fear this life, and I don't have to fear death. I don't have to fear a grave. I don't have to fear any of that, and I don't have to live my life just to die. I can live for Jesus because Jesus has already died for me. I don't have to live in fear of that death. You know, I've already died to sin, and I'm alive in Jesus. And you know what? If Jesus tarries his coming and I do pass away, I'm not going to stay there. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So my body will be there, but I will be with Jesus. So, yeah, I hope this means something to you guys this morning. Just never really thought about this. You know, Joseph's grave he dug for himself. You know, it was the grave for the Son of God. You know, and God has conquered death, hell, and the grave for us. And we can live in joy and freedom and knowing that we're not here to dig our own graves. Jesus has already died for us. We can just live in freedom. We can live in forgiveness and hope and in love and live for Jesus. Be like Jesus. Live for Jesus. Live today. And I hope you guys have a good week. See you Thursday. Bye.